Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. In the last class, we have discussed about Department of Registrar of Companies. Now we'll continue from Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka. Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka, right? And insurance sector is one of the important contributor of Sri Lankan economy, and many public individuals put their savings on insurance companies like premium, especially life insurance. In case of companies and organization businesses, so they are relies on insurance sector for safeguarding their business. When we talk about very large businesses, for example, a shipping company, aircraft, and other production high value asset companies, most of the time they have an insured. They insure their business. Right. So Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka. So this commission is empowered to regulate the insurance sector of Sri Lanka. Insurance Regulatory Commission Sri Lanka regulates and supervise. The IRCSL regulate and supervise. Regulate mean control, sort of control and supervise, monitor, regulate and supervise the insurance industry. So this insurance industry consists of insurance companies and the agency. Now, in our country, in our financial system, we can find very large insurance companies like Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation and Silingo Insurance Corporation, Jana Shakti Insurance, AIA Insurance, right? So Eagle Insurance, that sort of insurance we can find. So insurance companies and the agent, insurance brokers under the regulation of Insurance Industry Act number 43 of 2000 to safeguard the interest of policyholders. So it safeguards interest of policyholders. Policyholders mean the public individuals. Every month or every year they pay some amount of money as a premium, as an installment. In insurance we call that payment monthly payment or semi-annual payment or quarterly payment or annual payment. It's called premium, insurance premium, right? They are putting their money in the way of insurance premium to their insurance companies by expecting some sort of benefits. Benefits mean for the purpose of safeguarding them from risk. So ultimate purpose of the Insurance Regulatory Commission is to regulate and supervise the insurance sector participants for the purpose of safeguarding the interest of policyholders. Policyholders mean what? Individuals and companies, whoever who made an agreement with insurance companies for the purpose of reducing or avoiding risk. The central bank is a member of Insurance Regulatory Commission Sri Lanka and is represented on it by the Deputy Governor in charge of financial system stability. In the central bank there's a unit called financial system stability. There's a unit in central bank, and the deputy governor of deputy governor who is in charge for the financial system stability. So he will represent as a member of Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka. You know why the person representative come from central bank? You know, the central bank is the main body, that in charge. So it's a government agent to to safeguard the financial system stability of the country. Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka. Now we discuss the function of that. It's advise the management on development and regulation of the insurance industry. You know, time to time government adapt and update their policies according to their economic conditions. So sometimes they have to make some amendments in the existing act, insurance act. So by incorporating the upgradations and the changes in the economic, so these Insurance Regulatory Commission members will advise the government. The members will advise the government on the development and regulation of the insurance industry. So implement the policies and programs of the government with respect to the insurance industry. You know, so based on the advice of the members, the government impose policies through act, through their government resolution of the parliament. So that resolution is implemented by the government policies. The government policy regarding the insurance is implemented by the Insurance Regulatory Commission. So whatever the circulars regarding the insurance industry, that should come from Insurance Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka, IRCSL. This is the authorized body. So they will send circulars, and if government imposes any new amendment, they will inform to the insurance companies and the agent brokers. And two, especially when they start up a new business industry, they have to get approval, get license from the IRCSL. So you know very well about Telecommunication Regulatory Commission. You know, whatever the offers, whatever the charges on the phone calls or data charges, they have to take approval from the TRC. Even if they want to sell phone, say mobile phone, they have to get approval from their TRC, right? Even IMEI number also should registered from the TRC, because they are controlling, regulating and supervising mobile phone usage of Sri Lanka. Likewise, the IRCSL is monitoring the insurance companies and the participants' activities to safeguard the policyholders, insurance policyholders. And also the IRCSL have the power to employ officers and servants as may be necessary for the purpose of exercising, performing and discharging the power, duties and function of the board. You know, as I explained you, the board has some sort of power. This power is given by the act. So to execute, to fulfill their duties, so the IRCSL have the authority to employ officers. They can give employment officers, they can appoint officers, and they can discharge their power and duties to the employees. Acquire and hold any property, movable or immovable, and sell, lease, mortgage, or otherwise dispose the same. This board has the power to purchase properties, movable or immovable properties. They have power to purchase as well as they can sell. They have power to sell such assets, and also if necessary they can take a lease. They can take assets on lease basis or on mortgage, or otherwise dispose of the same, and also they can sell it. They have power. And enter into all such contract such may be necessary for the exercise, performance, and discharge of its power, duties, and function. Enter into all such contract may be necessary for the exercises, performance, and discharge of its duties and power. Whenever need, the Insurance Regulatory Commission can enter into an agreement, into a contract with the insurance sector participant, especially insurance companies and insurance agents and insurance brokers. They have power to enter into a contract for the purpose of implementing government policies regarding the insurance sector. So carry out such other act as may be necessary for the due exercise, discharge, and performance of its power, duties, and function under this act. Now we'll discuss about Sri Lanka and Auditing Standard Monitoring Board. Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standard Monitoring Board. So this is the board. This is a commission board empowered by the government of Sri Lanka to monitor the accounting standard and auditing standard, and they are implementing, they are introducing, they are adapting, they are developing accounting and auditing standard, and also they are look after, they are monitoring whether these standards are followed by their practitioners. Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standard Monitoring Board. All specified business enterprises are required to send their annual audited financial statement to the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standard Monitoring Board. Not all companies, specified businesses should send their audited annual statement to the board. The board is empowered to call for documents, right? They send the document to the board, and the board officers will read it. They will selectively read it. Sometimes they have some sort of issues. For that, in that case, they can call for documents. Say ABC company have sent their financial statement to the board, and one of the officer in that board, they just go through in the document, and he has some sort of questions, some sort of queries on that. So therefore, to clarify further, to clear his doubt, he may request further documents from that company or the firm, and information and explanation from directors. Whenever they need, they can ask for explanation, call for explanation from the director, manager, even from auditor, for the purpose of carrying out its function. So the board has power. When they request document or explanation, and the respective company should respond. So where the financial statement have not been prepared in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standards, right? Sometimes the managers or the accountant sometimes not properly prepared based on the accounting standard. They're not preparing financial statement not based on the financial accounting standard accounting standards. So the board could require an enterprise to make suitable corrections. So if the board found that a particular company is not following the accounting standard in proper manner, they can give an order. The board can give order to correctly follow the accounting standard. The board has the power to compound an offense for a sum of monetary not exceeding one-third of minimum fine, one-third of the minimum fine. The board also have the power to make a penalty, make a fine on them, especially who are misguide the public. In case where non-compliance, in case where non-compliance was done deliberately, purposefully, sometimes accountants, managers do the improper thing. They manipulate the accounting information, manipulating financial information. So in that case, in a case where non-compliance was done deliberately, purposefully to mislead the public, right? The purposing of the management activities to mislead the public, and the court may impose penalties. The court may be give some penalties exceeding up to 5 years imprisonment, right? They have to go to jail, imprisonment. If purposefully deliberately do the wrong thing, they're not representing the actual effect on the financial statement. So due to that, the decision makers, the public, the reader of financial statement are misguided by the accountants or managers. So that sort of incidents, the court can fine, or the court can imprisonment up to 5 years. So function of the board, another function, so very simple, it's monitor compliance, whether all companies, specified businesses comply, whether follow the accounting standard and auditing standard properly. So monitor compliance with Sri Lanka accounting standard and the Sri Lanka auditing standard in the preparation, presentation and audit of financial statement of specified business enterprises. Here they are mentioned in the name specified business enterprise. So not all companies, they may quote, they may name. So which companies should submit the documents. Now we'll move the next part, that's financial market infrastructure. So up to now we have talked about market regulatories. Now we move to the new window, that is financial market infrastructure. Financial market infrastructure, you know, you can find a lot of infrastructures, payment system, check clearance system, deposit system, ATM, online payment system, right? So these are the example for infrastructure. How when you deposit money in the bank for in someone's account, so next minute he can get the money, right? So something is working behind this. When you withdraw money, there are some mechanisms. It's automatically updated. When you apply for a loan, there are some mechanisms. When you buy and sell securities, it will be automatically updated. When you sell the securities, when you sell shares, your name will be changed immediately, right? And your account balance will be adjusted accordingly, right? So these are the output of a financial market infrastructure. Financial market infrastructure. The financial market infrastructure that is resilient and effective has many benefits, right? The existence of financial market infrastructure, we can enjoy so many benefits. Number one is enhance the stability, enhance the stability of the financial system. You know, we have confidence when we deposit money, when we take the payment slip. Now we have confidence, we have deposited, we can use that slip as a proof, as an evidence. But you realize, just it is just a piece of paper, but you realize, mean the financial system is stable. You realize the bank, in the counter you may find unknown person, but you realize the bank, you realize the check, you realize the signature. But if you deposit the money from individual person outside the bank, known person, even though he is very well known person, you may have a doubt in your mind whether the person will hand over this money to a particular account or not. So you have some sort of doubt. But doubt means you don't have stable, confident enough, because that person, that particular person, it does not have financial stability. So when a country have a bank have banks have a financial stable market market infrastructure, financial market infrastructure, it will enhance the stability of the financial system. Reduces transaction cost in the economy. Reduces transaction cost in the economy. Nowadays, now everywhere the banks are using electronic system. When you deposit, now the next minute the internet person can withdraw the money, right? When anybody from abroad, they may send money to you, then next minute you can take the money now, right? It speed, the less documentary work. So it leads to the efficient financial system, efficient infrastructure system will helps to reduce the cost and increase the accuracy and increase the increase the speed, and therefore it reduces the transaction cost. Everything is run behind the computer system, server system. So therefore it it helps to eliminate the duplication of work, right? Writing in the book, get the signature, get the authorization. No, there is this kind of things has been omitted. The system is ensure the things. Therefore, they can reduce the number of employees also. So it leads to they can reduce their transaction cost, reduce transaction cost in the economy. Promote the efficient use of financial resources. Promote the efficient use of financial resources. A transaction can be made very fastly and safely. So based on the performance in the stock market and the economy, you can allocate your money in efficient manner. So whatever the business are making more profit, then the investors will prefer to invest on that. For that, the market system, stock market system should be efficient. And whenever we want to sell the shares, it should help us, it should facilitate us to sell. And if anybody else want to buy shares, it should be facilitate to buy shares. And also the transaction should be updated immediately on the record. So this kind of things will happen in the existence of strong financial market infrastructures. So promote efficient use of financial resources and improve financial market liquidity and facilitate the conduct of monetary policy. Right? So if we can sell our stocks and shares and whatever the financial instrument with less cost and within short period of time, so it enhance the liquidity of the stocks, enhance the liquidity of the securities traded in the stock market. So the financial market infrastructure facilitate this kind of stuff. Now we'll discuss in detail about the financial market infrastructure. The financial market infrastructures are essential for well functioning of the financial system, right? It is essential for the well functioning of financial system. Imagine, right, in the bank, where the bank is not following computer system, even it does not have case counter. You know, you can find every bank, everywhere in the bank you can find the electronic case counter, right? So within a minute they can count how much amount of money the person carries. So if you find the bank, right, so there is no electricity sometime, right? There's no computer system, everything's are recorded in the book. Then imagine that bank. So how can you believe on that? How can we make confident? How can we be updated? Right? The computer system now make it easy everything. So the computer system is one of the example for financial market infrastructure. So financial market infrastructure. Now if all the banks are networked, all the banks, even branches are interconnected. Banks are interconnected. You know, you can, if you deposit money in the people's bank account, you can withdraw the BOC ATM. Even when you go abroad, say you may go to Australia, your account here, Sri Lanka bank, then you want money in Australia, you can, if you have Visa or MasterCard, then you definitely you can withdraw money from there, right? So interconnected, it's a financial market infrastructure. So financial market infrastructures are essential for well functioning of financial system, as they play a central role in facilitating clearance and settlement of financial transactions such as payment, securities, and derivatives contract. So nowadays it is widely acknowledged that a proper functioning of systematically important financial market infrastructure is also vital to maintain financial system stability, right? To stable finance, so we have to have, a country should have a strong financial market infrastructure. So the failure for solvency reason or operational disturbance could almost certainly lead to system instability. You know, imagine when you deposit money, a big amount of money in the bank, if the banker says our system is offline, our system is not work, or the bank account has been hacked, the hackers have hacked their bank account. Imagine what will happen. Right? In case of financial system failure, what will happen? Imagine, even if you have 100,000 rupees amount of your money, what will happen? Somebody else hack your bank account, bank system. What will happen? It will create a big issue in the country, in the national level. So under the financial market infrastructure, the payment and settlement infrastructure is very important. Payment and settlement infrastructure. So one of the most important function of the financial system is to ensure safety, right? Ensure safety. You put you put your money in the bank account because you believe a bank, the bank will return our money, or the bank will transfer this money to the intended person outside in other countries or out of the city. You believe. So why you believe? It has a good financial market infrastructure. You believe on payment and settlement infrastructure. So it ensures safety and efficiency in payment and securities transactions, right? So the check payment, people believe a piece of paper, check, because they relies on payment and settlement system of the country. And in the share trading, stock trading, the market, within a minute we can sell order, we can buy order, we can place buy order and sell order within a minute, within a few clicks, because of the payment and settlement infrastructure, right? You don't need to visit the Colombo Stock Exchange. You can access all the data, all the things from your from the portals. From the portal you can access all the information. Then you can buy and sell without the assistance of the brokers. The broker is already set up a system for you with username and password. It's one of the system, one of the example for the system. So financial infrastructure refers to the different system that provide for the execution of both large value and small value payments. Even the small, the payment is 5 rupees or 10 rupees or 20 rupees. Even the reload your mobile phone, you recharge. If you want more data, you just reload 99 rupees from the. So it's a one of the example for the payment and settlement infrastructure. The mobile phone subscriber, they have developed an infrastructure. So if they don't have this kind of system, what will happen? You have to go to the company mobile subscriber and you have to pay and take the bill, like electricity, CEV, right? And water board, what they do, you just go to the bank and you have to make payment. But the mobile phone subscriber, mobile phone companies, they have different infrastructure, they have advanced infrastructure. So therefore you're able to do the things within a few clicks, within a few minutes. So whether it's small amount or large amount, it should give safeguard and efficient, a lower cost in a short period of time in high speed. Payment and settlement system enable the transfer of money in account of financial institution to settle financial obligations between individuals and institutions. It is controlled by Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Central Bank of Sri Lanka. So under this payment and settlement infrastructure, we will discuss payment and settlement system, credit information, laws and regulation. We will discuss these three. So payment and settlement system is one of the system coming under the payment and settlement infrastructure. It's a system, right? It's a computer system like that. A payment system is about how participants from individuals to bank, individuals like you and me, we can participate in the financial system. We can deposit the money. We can deposit the money in our account, or we can deposit money for someone else's account. So payment system is about how participants from individuals to banks, governments, and international participants exchange monetary value within an economy and across national borders. We can find online shopping online shopping. WhatsApp, now many people are promoting products through WhatsApp groups. If you want to buy the product, just you can place an order and you can pay the money through what are the system, right? You can make direct deposit, or you can just deposit the money and get the slip, scan the slip and forward that, or you can use PayPal, you can use MasterCard, you can do e-banking also, right? So through that system we can do the things, right? Not only within the Sri Lankan context, not only within the country, it can be also done in the international shopping. You can buy a product, you can buy many products from Alibaba, AliExpress, eBay, Amazon, You can just order, and then you can pay the money using your card, your credit card, using a PayPal or MoneyGram. It is the framework of laws, regulations, mechanisms, system, procedure, and agreement that govern the payments. No, so when you make a payment, when you make single payment, behind this payment there are a lot of systems, there are laws, there are regulations, mechanisms, system, there are a lot of agreement, right? So even if you are sending $10 using the PayPal or using a credit card, behind this transaction there are a number of things already is working behind. It's like a machine. Payment and settlement system is like a machine. Central Bank of Sri Lanka has been a driving force in the development of national payment and settlement system in the country. So here Central Bank of Sri Lanka is take all the responsibilities on the national payment and settlement system. Central Bank of Sri Lanka has taken several initiatives to make payment systems safe, secure, sound, efficient, and accessible throughout the country. Even if you are making 10 rupees or 20 rupees via the system, via the computer system, everything is monitored by Central Bank of Sri Lanka, right? The Payment and Settlement System Act number 28 of 2005. So what's the act works behind on this transaction behind the system is Payment and Settlement System Act number 28 of 2005. We call in simple term PSSA. Right? This act provides for regulation, supervision, monitoring of payment, clearing and settlement system. The regulation of providers of money services, and the electronic presentment of checks in Sri Lanka. So whatever the transaction is made through the system, electronic system, or even by check, then everything is governed by Payment and Settlement System Act. So payment card like debit card, credit card, mobile payment system, right? So Easy Cash, M Cash, we can find many new things, many things in the financial system. So the payment card, mobile payment system regulation number 1 of 2013, which was issued under the PSSA, Payment Settlement System Act, provides for regulation of issuers of payment card, financial acquirer of payment card, operator of customer account based on mobile payment system, and operator of mobile phone based on e-money system, right? Easy cash, we may say it's a simple thing, but behind this e-cash, m-cash, there's a lot of regulation, lot of agreements are working behind it. It's not a simple task. It may seem a simple transaction, but behind this transaction, there are a lot of things has been going on. National Payment and Settlement System. National Payment and Settlement System in Sri Lanka. So it consists of mainly 4 things: systematically important payment system, systematically important payment system, SIPS. We call SIPS. So it consists of a real-time gross settlement system, real-time, up to date, right? Real-time gross settlement system, Lanka secure, so scriptless security settlement system, SSS, double S, right, or 4S. So scriptless security system, settlement system, and scriptless securities depository system, SSDS. So these two are coming under the systematically important payment system, SIPS. Then retail payment system, retail payment system include check imaging and transaction system. Sri Lanka interbank payment system, US dollar check clearing system, Sri Lanka interbank US dollar online payment system, common electronic fund transfer switch. So these are the things come under the retail payment system. And payment card and mobile payment system, Easy Cash, Cash, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. So these are coming under payment card and mobile payment system. And other payment and settlement infrastructure include equity steering and debt securities trading system. We can find it in Colombo Stock Exchange. And CDS is one of the things coming under this equities trading and debt securities trading system. And common ATM switches, we can find a lot of ATMs, automatic teller machines, and shared ATM switches. And second, we discuss about credit information. So when you apply for a loan, and you may get 1 million from BOC, and next week you can take 5 million from People's Bank, 10 million from Commercial Bank, 18 million from HNB. Is that possible? How, if you get loan from BOC, how commercial people knows? When you get loan from HNB, how People's Bank knows? Right? You can hide the information now when you are dealing with HNB only. So if HNB and you only the transaction, easily you can get loan from other banks. But in practice, it is impossible because your credit information is accessible to all other banks. When you if you take a loan from 1 million from BOC, and then when you apply for a loan from commercial bank, before sanction of loan, they will check your credit information, and that system, they may find you information that you already get the loan from BOC. Availability of information about a loan obtained by a person or institution from banks, finance companies, and leasing companies, etc., is important for an efficient credit market. This information is important for efficient credit market. So you may imagine, without this information, what you can do? You can easily blame the banks. You can get loan from every bank and you can go abroad, no issue. But here they have credit information system. With the credit, loan history of borrower is fully available to financial institutions. They are able to make better assessment about customers' credit worthiness. So this also reduces the cost and time taken for loan processing. So imagine, if in case of no credit information system, what you have to do? So you have to wait until they are getting clearance from other banks about your loan. So further, it promotes a discipline of borrowers and prevents the borrowers becoming over in debt to many financial institutions at the same time. Right? The system promote the behavior of the borrowers. Otherwise, they will go visit every banks and they will take loan. So this benefit promotes good credit culture in the country and contribute to a stable and a sound financial system. So this credit information is very important for the loan providers, banks. To facilitate the above, the Credit Information Bureau of Sri Lanka was established in 1990 under the Credit Information Bureau of Sri Lanka Act number 18 of 1990, as amended by Act number Act number 8 of 1995 and Act number 42 of 2008 to gather credit information of borrowers from lending institutions. Now this information can be accessible by all the, so if bank need information about my credit, they can ask from CRIB, Credit Information Bureau of Sri Lanka. The CRIB has an up-to-date electronically managed credit history of borrowers of credit institutions. So the CRIB also maintain secured transaction registers. Secured transaction registers. Nobody can abuse or manipulate the information available on this. Now we'll discuss about laws and regulations. So Monetary Law Act, MLA, Monetary Law Act number 58 of 1949. This is one of the old act in our country. So Monetary Law Act number 58 of 1949 established the monetary system of Sri Lanka. So based on this law, the monetary system is introduced in Sri Lanka. And the central bank to administer and regulate the system and confer and impose upon monetary board of central bank powers, functions and responsibilities necessary for the purpose of such administration and regulation and provide for connected matters. You know, monetary board is one of the branch in the central bank. So the monetary law MLA has empowered the central bank to administrate the monetary board. So this act has defined the power, function, responsibilities for necessary for the purpose of such administration and regulation and to provide connected matters. So payment settlement system, Act number 28 of 2005. Payment and Settlement System Act number 28 of 2005 provide for the regulation of payment, clearing and settlement system for the disposition of securities on the books of central bank, for the regulation of provider of money services, for the electronic presentment of check, and to provide for the matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. And we have some activities for you. Discuss the classification of Sri Lankan financial market and explain the features of each market. Classified various financial intermediaries functioning in the Sri Lankan financial system and bring out their features. Trace out the development of financial system in Sri Lanka. Explain a classification of financial assets, advantages and weaknesses of financial system.